not too long ago, and it's already May, which means it's already June, which means it's already summer break, and then it's gonna be fall and school starts, and then it's gonna be winter break. Am I overthinking this? I'm pretty sure I am. Anyway, we need to take a moment to enjoy and witness the amazingosity of this t-shirt. Can we talk about this for a second? We don't need to talk about what it says. I mean, we can if you want to, but look at that. Look at that. Hey, ladies, if you suffer from the no bubble butt department, Hudson jeans are your friends. They fake the funk really well. Anyway, this t-shirt was actually sent to me by one of my subscriber friends, Vilmari. And I always call you guys cochinas in videos. And a lot of you get it and understand it if you speak Spanish. And a lot of you look it up and say, why are you calling us pigs? So cochina or cochino literally means pig, like little pig. But in Spanish, it's almost like a slang or comfortable way of saying like you're gross, you're dirty, or you're pervy. It's not offensive. It's a word that you use when you're with people you like, trust, friends, family, whatever. So it says like cochinas forever. When I unboxed it on my Snapchat, I lost my poop, you guys, because I thought it was like the cutest thing ever. And then it's like us in the back having coffee. Super cute, right? Anyway, so I just wanted to thank Vilmari on camera because obviously she knows my size perfectly as well and how much I like blue. This video is about my monthly favorites, so we should probably get started with that. There's no rhyme or reason to them, and if you guys are new to my channel, monthly favorites aren't like, oh, products that I've stuck to for the entire month of April and I've used them every single day until they ran out. No. It's just basically what I've been loving. I could have used them 15 times or I could have used it once or half a time or I just opened it and it smelled so good. Like, that's just what it is. It's stuff that makes me happy currently at the moment or within the last, I don't know, 35 days from the last monthly favorites that I did. So there is no rhyme or reason, but most of the time it is beauty and bath products. So I guess you should jump right in. If you guys are wondering about my choker, it is from Bobble Bar and I will link it in the description box below along with my nail polish, a tutorial, all that stuff. So I have to remind you guys, because a lot of you are new pandas and you don't know that in the description box, I list my nail polish, I list my eyeshadow, I list everything down in the description box below. So let's get started with, I'm gonna go with like bath and skincare stuff. The first thing that I want to talk about is an eye cream. Sorry, Derma Doctor, but I am having an affair, a full-fledged, actually it's not even an affair, I divorced you and now I'm a fan of the It Cosmetics. Let's just call it what it is. So for years and years and years, I swore by the Derma Doctor Eye Balm. And it was the only eye moisturizer that would remove or keep at bay this dry patch that I had on the inner corner of my actual eyelid. A lot of people were like, oh, you know, it's this, it's that, it's whatever. It's just dry skin that I get just on this eye on the inner corner. And it was the only moisturizer that worked to do that. Well, I ran out and looking through my like samples, my mountains of samples, I found this eye cream from It Cosmetics called Bye Bye Under Eye Eye Cream. And when I saw that it smoothed and brightened, I don't have puffy eyes, unless I cry, which lately it's been often, but we don't need to go there. When I saw smooths and brightens, I was like, okay, anyone needs bright eyes in their lives. So I thought I would give it a try, and I started using it at night. Whenever I want to try a new eye product, I'll use it at night. I don't know why, I feel like it's better, like it won't ruin my day in case I get like a reaction or something. So I started using it at night. Totally fell in love. I've been using it for about 2 months now. I never had to repurchase a Derma Doctor. The eye patch, like the dry eye patch, never came back. I already filmed my daytime skincare routine video, and that's gonna be in there, so look out for that, but it's really good. I use it at night and during the day. It's amazing. It feels like a balm, but it absorbs, and it doesn't pill with eye primers, it doesn't pill with foundations, or anything that I use. It doesn't do that like little taquito roll-up that some products do. Another skincare body product is the Kopari Coconut Melt. I wasn't a believer. I always thought this whole coconut melt trendy like thing was a trend that was gonna pass, and I was like, psh, coconut, oh, you wanna remove your eye makeup remover? Or you wanna remove your eye makeup? Coconut. oil. Oh, you want to cook? Coconut oil. Oh, you got to scrape? Coconut oil. Oh, your boyfriend broke up with you? Coconut oil. Like literally coconut oil for everything, right? And so I actually got this in my P.O. box. I don't know how it arrived there, but it was there. And the only reason that I caved and tried it was because of the packaging. I thought, oh, the color of the packaging is so pretty. Could you imagine what this would look like in my bathroom? And so I started to use it and I actually fell in love with it. I have extremely dry skin on my legs, only on my legs, and they get really itchy. And so, all right, it's time to confess. I'm one of those compulsive scratchers that if it feels good, I'll just keep scratching, and it doesn't matter if I like rip at my skin, I'll keep scratching. Raise your hand if that's you. Leave me the raising hand emoji if you do that too, because I know I'm not alone in this world. It just feels so good to scratch, doesn't it? Am I sounding like Homer Simpson right now? I think I am. Anyway, so it was just way too oily. I was like, why do people use coconut oil? I feel like a slippery seal and not in the good way. So what I started to do is I would do half of the coconut melt and half of my body lotion and then slather myself up, and then I was slippery like a seal, the kind that I like. It's so good, you guys. And it makes you smell like nuts. That sounded really gross. But yeah, it makes you smell like, like a Mounds bar or like an Almond Joy. I wonder if I could eat it. Probably, right? Because it's one of those like fair trade, non-GMO, silicone-free, vegan, paraben-free, sulfate-free, cruelty-free, fun-free, not good-free. You know what I'm saying? Like those kind of brands. Anyway. Moving on. I am cheating on Caress, you guys. You know what? After Caress broke my heart with their whole like, I'm gonna change the bottle packaging, I'm gonna change the formula, I'm not gonna give Dani warning, I'm just gonna disappear and like present the new product like if it wasn't like a new thing, almost like we wouldn't notice. After that happened, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have a total bomb shelter full of the Caress, OG Caress body wash, but I thought, I can't depend on this like reserve. This is gonna become a valuable antique, right? And so I started to venture out, and I mentioned this in a previous video. Started to venture out, try new body washes. I took some of your recommendations, I tried them out. Some of them dry out my skin, others, like the scent doesn't linger. I like the scent to linger, not offensively so, but like where I feel like I'm actually using like a delicious body wash. I'm really olfactory driven. If something smells good, I want to continuously smell it. It just makes me happy. That's probably why I smell my dogs and their paws and my children, and my mom's like, you're gonna annoy them. I'm like, no. Oh, I just love smelling things. Anyway, including myself apparently. So I found this Olay Fresh Outlast Soothing Orchid and Black Currant. This body wash makes me want to go like on a really sexy date. It smells so good. It makes me almost want to take a bath, and I hate taking baths. Like that's how good it smells. Oh, you guys. And the scent lingers, which is what we talked about for like 72 minutes just now. But if you guys are at your local drugstore or your Walmart or whatever, try this and thank me later. You're welcome. All right, moving on to the reason why you subscribe to this channel, besides my charming personality, just kidding, beauty products. Beauty product favorites. This month, I was actually really surprised with something that I found. Can we pretend that my hair looks cute today? Okay, so when I just started on YouTube 4 years ago, I went on this mission to find a beauty blender dupe. It wasn't until I realized that Beauty Blender has like a patent on their actual sponge that no one can ever come close to. That's their patent or whatever it's called, right? And so I just gave up on the search. The Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge comes really close in the way that it applies foundation, but not in the way that it feels or in the way that it works. So it makes your skin look flawless. It's a beautiful sponge, but it just doesn't come close. So I was lucky enough to partner with Flower Beauty, and amongst that collaboration, I discovered this product. You guys, I never in a million years would have expected to find a drugstore beauty sponge that would even come close to the Beauty Blender. This is so good. Like, I can't even tell you. This is the 3-in-1 sponge from Flower Beauty. It's like a lavender color. And I know I told you guys in a video that I would never show you guys my dirty sponge, but I'm sorry. Here it is. In all its glory, my dirty makeup sponge. It is so good. And when you just get it in the package and you look at it, you're like, oh my God, this is one of those like 99 cents, like on eBay beauty sponges. You open it, take it out of the package, and you're like, wait, is it? Because it's really soft. And then you run to the bathroom and you wet it and it like triples in size and you're like, it is not. Because if you've ever tried one of those like cheap, like eBay type or eBay and Amazon type beauty sponges and you wet them, nothing happens. Like, they're just as bouncy, and like they remind me of like those balls in like those quarter machines. Like, that's how hard they are. This one is soft, and it just gets softer and softer and bigger and bigger. It's so good. Like, I just need to marry it, apparently, because I'm that excited. Along with that product from Flower Beauty, I discovered 2 other products that I thought were definitely worth sharing, especially if you guys are Walmart shoppers and you go there a lot. I feel like this might be a brand that gets overlooked, but Flower Beauty is that brand from Drew Barrymore, and she has healthier cosmetics, but they're also at a drugstore price. So win, win, check, check, right? This is the Lift and Sculpt Contouring Palette in light medium, and the blush is really pretty, but I'm not wearing that color today. I am wearing, though, the bronzer as a contour powder, because thug life, and I am wearing the highlighter in here as a highlighter and as a brow bone highlight. So you can tell it gives you that like beautiful glow. Rewind. If you put this highlighter on like beast mode like I do, it's gonna look like you got trampled by a family of unicorns. But if you do it the way you're supposed to, it's a really beautiful look. So I actually put it on and I was like, oh my God, that's way too much. Said no one ever. So I had to like blend it out, and this is kind of like the look it gives you. It's so beautiful, so pretty. I'm actually using the bronzer as a transition shade as well. Anyway, so that's the Lift and Sculpt. And then the blush that I'm wearing, look at that. You see the embossing of the rose? These are the Flower Pots powder blushes in the shade Peach Primrose. It's what I'm wearing today. It reminds me of a more delicate like MAC Melba. MAC Melba is really dark on me. So this one is a really good like in between. Totally love it. Could you imagine this in like the summer with a nice tan? Actually, I don't mean to brag, but I'm kind of tan right now. That's why my foundation doesn't match. I've been outside a lot, but I wear a hat and sunscreen. So I'm a little Casper down up here, and then I'm a little caramelly down here. You guys are just gonna have to include it as part of my charm, all right? Deal? Deal. Okay, what am I forgetting? Nothing? Oh, brushes. The infinite brush question. Which brushes are these brushes? And I thought, oh, well, I use them all the time. I must love them a lot. Why don't I just include them in my monthly favorites? Then you also find out what brushes they are. This is an It brush for Ulta. Excuse me. Let me try not to die. It comes in a set, in the Airbrush Flawless something set. It's a $50 brush set. It comes with 3 other brushes, I believe. It's so good. And all of you guys ask me, like, what brush is that? What brush is it? Because you put on powder so good with it. I'm like, yeah, I do. It's so good with powder. It doesn't like overdo it. And it's so gentle and it's so easy to wash. It's one of those brushes. It's a synthetic brush. So you wash it and dry it in, I don't know, an hour or 2. So it doesn't hold on to too much water like natural bristle brushes. And then this one is the one that I've been using for highlighter, which is why my nose has been looking like Rudolph, like a turned up Rudolph. Yeah, I said it, turned up. I think I literally have that on my Match profile. Like, if you say turned up or get lit, please don't talk to me. This is the Senna Cosmetics Baby Brush. My friend Sam swears by the Senna Cosmetics Face Brush. It's the same exact thing, except it's a big giant teardrop, and she uses that for powder. So I use the little one. It's actually called Baby Brush, you guys. I think that's probably why I bought it in the first place. I was like, oh, like the Baby Brush, but that's literally its name. It's perfect for highlighter. Perfect. Even for me that likes to overdo it, it allows you to do that. It doesn't tell you how to live your highlighter life. It's really good. Love it. I'll link that in the description. I'll link everything in the, I don't know why I keep repeating that, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway. Lip color. I'm wearing it today and I wore it purposefully just to show you guys how enormous my lips look. My lips are big as it is. I always joke around how I have like Amazonian raisin lips because I have a lot of texture on my lips. That's not something I can change unless I inject them up, but I'm not going to do that because could you imagine how big they would get? I probably wouldn't be able to like drink out of a can. I would just like dribble all over myself. So this is a lip combo in the color Ex-Girlfriend from Urban Decay and Fireball from Urban Decay. I think this was limited edition because the packaging is kind of weird, right? This one is in limited edition packaging, but it's not a limited edition color. So Ex-Girlfriend in liner and then Fireball in the lipstick. I don't know why this is limited edition because Fireball is a really common or popular shade that they do in highlighter, eyeshadow, and I think that's it. Maybe something else. But it's a really popular color. So anyway, if I can find it, I will link those for you guys. Another highlighter. Wait, another? Yeah. So there was a highlighter in here, which is awesome. It's the one that I'm wearing. But this one, you guys, Stila, let me get the name right. Stila Heaven's Hue Highlighter in Kitten. This is one of those confusing, tricky products where you're like, is it a cream? Is it spongy? Is it a powder? What is it? It's so confusing. Honestly, you guys, it doesn't matter. It's so glorious. It feels like a wet powder. Okay, bear with me. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but it feels like a wet powder. So what I do is on days where I do, look at that. It looks like I just dunked my finger in like liquid metal. On days where I just do spot concealer and no foundation, where I don't want to look, you know, like the living dead, I'll put this just on the high points of my face and a little bit on the tip of my nose. You guys, look at this. Do you see that? It's just the perfect amount of light on the skin. I wonder if there was any way to put this or mix this into a foundation. I'm always trying to mix everything into foundation, you guys. Like, oh, coconut oil, mix it into your foundation. Look how good that is. If you guys, if you go, order it from Ulta.com actually, because if you try and go and find it at Sephora, it's always sold out. Like, ain't nobody got time for that, Sephora, and you selling out your stuff. Look at that. It's so pretty. Oh, I kind of want to put it on my face right now. Anyway, so that's the Stila Heaven's Hue Highlighter in Kitten. It's awesome for those like dewy makeup looks. It's awesome for those light makeup looks. It's awesome for the at the club makeup looks, because let me tell you, you can pile it on, pack it on with a damp beauty sponge. Thank me later. I keep saying that in this video, don't I? All right, one more product. Actually, I'm just kidding, there's 3 more products. All right, the next product is the Je ne sais quoi in Rose. I've talked about this before in a previous monthly favorites, but don't get it twisted, you guys. It was this one. Oh, Danny, the bullet looks like it's a different color. Oh, that's because it is. So It Cosmetics realized how awesome their lip balm was that they came out with a tinted version. Now, okay, this one is supposed to give you like the most subtle, like just a splash of tint. Honestly, I don't think it does that. My lips are already pretty pigmented, so I don't really notice it. So maybe if you don't have pigment in your lips, you'll notice. So this is just a classic. But this one, this is the rose colored one. And I know it looks a little dark in the bullet, but when you apply it to your lips, did you hear that? Lips. When you apply it to your lips, it just makes them look gloriously fleshy and plump. I mean, like modified. You know what I'm saying? It is such a pretty rose color, and you can actually run it over and over and over and over and build up the shade. But honestly, if you go over once, it just gives you that beautiful, like plump, juicy, fleshy pout that we all want. Let's just all be honest for a second. It's so good. And I was actually wearing it. When was I wearing it? Oh, I'm wearing it in my Choco Curve video. I'm gonna link that if it's on my channel already. I'll link it in the description box below so that you guys can see. My lips are like, dang, Gina, where are you going with that like pout? Well, nowhere, because I'm just gonna film a video. And then the last thing, and then we're done, is the Shany Cosmetics 7 layers all-in-one. Okay, not the whole thing, because nobody needs this giant heavy box of makeup. Okay, well, actually maybe we do. But inside of here, and these are all palettes that you can buy individual for $10 each. If you guys are the type of person that are intrigued by colored eyeshadow, but you just don't know where to start, you don't know how to like wet your toes, you're a little confused, $10 a pan, like $10 a pan, and the eyeshadows are amazing. So this is one of the trays in here. Let me show you another. Like, right? Then, this one's my favorite. Hold on. Take a minute. Take a seat. Sit down, you guys, because you're going to need to be seated for this one. Isn't it the best? So these palettes are all $10 each. I mean, you could get this whole thing. I don't know how much this whole thing is. I think it's like $40 or $50. But these eyeshadows are legit no joke. They're like one swipe wonders. Oh man, and apparently I'm trying to break them. Look at this. Right? Let's try a yellow. Yellow eyeshadow is like really hard to like get it right. Look at that. Someone just sent me a tweet, a direct message, something asking me about a really good gold eyeshadow. There you go, girl. I found it for you, and it's $10 for this whole tray. Wow, that's beautiful. That's like the most perfect goldenrod shade ever. Anyway, so I wanted to mention it just because I know a lot of times you're like, all right, Dani, well, I want to try colorful eyeshadow, but I'm not going to spend $50 on a palette that I'm going to use like maybe once a year. So this will kind of give you that comfort. Like you're like, okay, well, I have brown eyes and I feel better in purple eyeshadows. There you go, you get your $10 tray. Or you're like, Dani, I'll kiss the rainbow any day. This one's really pretty as well. But if you were to ask me, Dani, which one's your favorite? Obviously, I would go with this one. And I did a tutorial on it. A tutorial, get ready with me, something on it. I did something on it that I will link in the description box below. But I really wanted to mention it again because I know a lot of times it's really hard to find affordable alternatives for something that you're curious to try. So there you go, you guys. You're welcome again. Anyway, so that is it for this monthly favorites. Like always, I will list and link all these products in the description box below. If you guys have any questions, comments, or if you want to tell me what one of your monthly favorites is, tell me in the comment section below because I'm always looking to shop for new favorites. Let's be honest. If you guys have tried this body wash, doesn't it smell good? Like you guys, seriously. Amazing. I think that's it. Y'all know what to do.